Have you ever wondered who the most powerful Marvel villains are? Some are so incredible that even the strongest heroes tremble when facing them. But does your favorite villain make it onto this list? This ranking is based on my opinion of who I believe are the most powerful villains, so some of you might disagree on who truly deserves the top spot. Marvel's villains are more than just threats. They symbolize the greatest struggles of the heroes, their darkest challenges, and the forces that shape epic stories. Let's dive into what makes each of them so fascinating and fearsome. In the 10th spot, we have Apocalypse, also known as En-Saba-Nur. He is one of the oldest and most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe. Born in ancient Egypt, he was abandoned due to his mutant appearance, but eventually became a conqueror after being adopted by a clan that worshipped the survival of the fittest. Considered the first mutant in history, Apocalypse possesses extraordinary abilities, including superhuman strength, matter manipulation, immortality, and even the power to enhance the abilities of other mutants. He believes in the supremacy of mutants and seeks to eliminate the weak to create a world where only the strongest survive. His most notable battles include clashes with the X-Men, such as in the Age of Apocalypse saga, where he rules the world. Apocalypse is a key character and a cosmic-level threat, constantly pushing Marvel's heroes to their limits and reshaping the dynamic between mutants and humans. Do you think Apocalypse deserves a higher spot on this list? In the 9th position, we have Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. He isn't exactly a villain in the traditional sense, but rather a force of nature, a colossal cosmic entity that transcends the concepts of hero and villain as we understand them. Once known as Galen, he was a scientist from the planet Ta, which was destroyed during the collapse of the previous universe. After merging with the cosmic force known as the sentience of the universe, Galen was reborn as Galactus, becoming one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. To sustain his existence, he consumes planets, often sending out heralds like the Silver Surfer to locate suitable worlds. Galactus is pivotal in Marvel Comics, playing central roles in stories like The Coming of Galactus, where he clashes with the Fantastic Four, and Infinity War, where he interacts with Thanos. His significance also echoes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with speculation that he might be the next major threat following Thanos. Do you think Galactus should be viewed as a villain or simply a necessary part of cosmic balance? In 8th place, we have Mephisto, a demonic entity inspired by the folklore figure Mephistopheles. He rules a hellish dimension and is infamous for bargaining souls in exchange for granting wishes, always twisting the terms to deceive his victims. Mephisto made his debut in Silver Surfer number 3, where he attempted to capture the pure soul of the Silver Surfer, establishing his reputation as a cunning manipulator. He's notorious for meddling in the lives of heroes, such as erasing Peter Parker's marriage to Mary Jane in One More Day. Mephisto is also central to the origin of Ghost Rider, cursing Johnny Blaze and binding him to the spirit of vengeance. Over the years, he's clashed with Doctor Strange, Thor, and even Thanos, playing a pivotal role during the Infinity Saga. Fans speculate about his potential introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, given his influence on mystical and dark storylines. Mephisto represents temptation, constantly challenging heroes with moral dilemmas and devastating consequences, making him one of Marvel's most fascinating villains. What would the price of your soul be if Mephisto came knocking? In 7th place, we have Dormammu, one of the most powerful and feared beings in the Marvel Universe. A Dark Lord who rules the Dark Dimension, Dormammu is a member of the Faltine race, beings of pure energy. However, he abandoned his original nature by absorbing power from other dimensions, elevating himself to near-divine status. First introduced in Strange Tales number 126, 1964, Dormammu is the arch-nemesis of Doctor Strange, embodying chaos and mystical domination. He constantly seeks to conquer other realities, including Earth, where he has faced heroes such as the Avengers and the Silver Surfer. His rivalry with Doctor Strange is legendary, particularly in the saga where Strange outsmarts Dormammu, forcing him to retreat from our universe. Dormammu made his cinematic debut in Doctor Strange, where Stephen Strange cleverly uses a time loop to trap and ultimately defeat him. He is a pivotal character for fans of both comics and movies, embodying mystical terror and serving as a reminder of the vast and perilous Marvel multiverse. In 6th place, we have the Pre-Retcon Beyonder. Before being nerfed, he was one of the most powerful entities in Marvel, introduced in the 1984 Secret Wars saga. Originally described as an omnipotent being from a dimension beyond the multiverse, he represented everything that exists outside known reality. His origin was later adjusted or retconned, but before that, the Beyonder was absolute power, surpassing even cosmic forces like the Living Tribunal. He brought heroes and villains to a world called Battleworld, forcing them to fight in an experiment exploring the nature of human desire. Though he has yet to appear in the films, the concept of the Beyonder intrigues fans by addressing philosophical questions about absolute power and humanity. His inclusion in a future adaptation would be a groundbreaking moment for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, pushing the boundaries of its storytelling and scope. In 5th place, we have the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity of immense power that embodies creation, destruction, and the eternal cycle of rebirth. Introduced in Uncanny X-Men number 101, 1976, it is a primordial force that has existed since the dawn of the universe, feeding on the energy of life to both protect and destroy as needed. The Phoenix is most famously linked to Jean Grey of the X-Men. During a space mission to save her team, the entity merges with Jean, vastly amplifying her powers, but also revealing a destructive side. This duality is central to the iconic Dark Phoenix saga, where the corrupted Phoenix destroys an entire solar system, killing billions. Ultimately, Jean sacrifices herself to contain its overwhelming power. In the films, the Phoenix appears in X-Men: The Last Stand and X-Men: Dark Phoenix, showcasing its tragic and grandiose impact. The Phoenix Force represents the eternal struggle between absolute power and moral restraint. It is a cornerstone of the Marvel Universe, symbolizing rebirth, transformation, and the ultimate sacrifice. In fourth place, we have the Chaos King, also known as Amatsu Mikaboshi, a cosmic entity in the Marvel Universe inspired by the Japanese deity of chaos and darkness. Introduced in Thor: Blood Oath number 6, he is the embodiment of the void that existed before the universe's creation, rivaling the power of entities like Eternity and the Living Tribunal. His origin ties him to the primordial emptiness, making him a force destined to consume all existence. The Chaos King reaches his peak in Chaos War, where he leads an assault on the multiverse, annihilating gods and devouring entire realities. He erases the underworld, freeing countless souls, and challenges Earth's most powerful heroes, including Thor, Hercules, and the Avengers. Though ultimately defeated, his threat highlights the fragile balance between creation and destruction. For comic book fans, he is a fascinating figure, representing absolute annihilation and challenging the very concept of existence itself. He stands as a redefining threat to the Marvel Universe's boundaries. If the Chaos King attacked your world, which hero would you call to save the day? In third place, we have the First Firmament, the very first incarnation of the multiverse in the Marvel Universe. The First Firmament is a primordial being, predating all known realities and created at the dawn of existence. It existed as a singular omnipotent consciousness until its initial creation, the Celestials, rebelled against it. This rebellion shattered the First Firmament, splitting the multiverse into infinite realities and beginning the endless cycle of destruction and rebirth. Bitter and vengeful, the First Firmament seeks to reclaim its dominion over the multiverse, bringing it into conflict with heroes and cosmic forces like Eternity and the Ultimates. It manipulates entities such as the aspirant Celestials to destroy the subsequent realities that came after it. For comic book fans, the First Firmament is significant for redefining the origin of Marvel's cosmic lore, delving into themes of creation and universal conflict. Do you think the First Firmament deserves a live-action adaptation in the MCU? In second place, we have Cyttorak, an immensely powerful mystical entity worshipped as a god of destruction. He resides in the Crimson Cosmos, a dimension of his own creation, and serves as a source of energy for countless spells, including Doctor Strange's iconic Crimson Bands of Cyttorak. His origins remain shrouded in mystery, but he is a primordial force of chaos and violence, revered by various cultures throughout time. Cyttorak is best known for creating the Crimson Gem of Cyttorak, which transforms Cain Marko into the unstoppable Juggernaut. By granting this immense power, Cyttorak demands that his champion cause destruction in his name. His influence extends to other mystical and cosmic threats, playing a key role in magical and cosmic battles across the Marvel Universe. Cyttorak's legacy also ties into the mystical arts, as his power is often invoked in battles involving Doctor Strange. Cyttorak symbolizes raw, unrelenting power and the devastating consequences of making deals with forces beyond human comprehension. At the very top of the list, we have Chthon, an ancient mystical entity regarded as the first practitioner of dark magic and the author of the Darkhold, the most dangerous spellbook in history. Chthon is one of the elder gods created by primordial Earth, but his corruption led him to become a demon. To escape destruction at the hands of other gods, Chthon exiled himself to another dimension, leaving the Darkhold as a conduit for his influence in the world. His deeds include creating vampires and werewolves, making him a central figure in Marvel's supernatural lore. Chthon has also possessed Wanda Maximoff in multiple storylines, deepening his ties to chaos and magic. With the Darkhold already introduced in the MCU through WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Chthon is a perfect villain to expand Marvel's dark and mystical side, captivating fans of supernatural and epic stories. Which villain do you think deserves the top spot on this list? Let me know in the comments.